money on me, but not a sin.
2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Philadelphia. It's the home of the 76ers, the Wells Fargo Center.
This plane is crashing. I'm yelling Mayday, baby. Yeah, you made of plastic, always overreacting, always for reactions, and I'm gonna go subtract it. My money always hiding. I got me a new chick that be calling me like Jasmine. Exes and no moles, I don't wanna know what's happening. Brody told me slow me or I end up money in a basket. Throw this plane crashing. Block my friends. Love, flip me again. I'm off that once again. The devil slip me once again. I got that Colgate, give me riding in the Benz. I got no time for us, nobody to fight for us. Might not need your type of love, so tell me where's the sight for us. The shorty screaming Mayday, Mayday. Can I be a lady? This plane is crashing.
Brooklyn, the home of the Nets in a fine Eastern Conference affair here at Barclays Center. Here we go. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And it's another road game for the 76ers. It's a disappointing segment of the season for this team, no doubt about it, as the losing streak has continued, guys, to grow.
Yeah, and they just looked sort of lost out there lately. You know, they're not playing with a whole lot of purpose or drive, and you just can't wait for good things to happen. You've got to make them happen. And Tobias Harris, a crusader for a cause that isn't talked about too much. He has a huge concern about sleep deprivation and the effects it has on athletes.
Yeah, you know what, Greg? While it's not talked about a lot, it is gaining ground in all kinds of circles, particularly in the world of sports, the whole sleep deprivation idea. And Harris is a guy who's conscientious and thoughtful. I love the fact that he's bringing this to his teammates' attention because it's critical. And he's certainly passionate about it. We'll see how much wind it gets with him speaking up on it. Tremendous speed on the drive. Harden is consistent in attacking the basket.
Outside Curry. Howard trying to free himself up. And Seth Curry hits from deep.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Quick start here for the 76ers in this one. It's a three-point game. They're getting their first look at the season at the Nets in this one.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year, but overall, two teams that were very similar in the standings.
Yeah, they were able to make the plays to come out on top, but it really could have gone either way, and you could say the same for tonight's game.
Here's Simmons, following the bucket by the Nets. And here's Harris from the arc. Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. And Brooklyn has possession. They trail by 1. Harden with it. We saw him with 29 points last game.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
Durant with the steal. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Great D that time from Howard. A putback. And Howard with the second chance points.
Such a great rebounder, athleticism and length. Dwight Howard knows how to use those gifts that he possesses.
Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings midseason?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change, but sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
And, you know, the evolution of Embiid continues. At 7 feet tall, he can look over defenders and make great passes, and he's got a nice feel for passing the ball.
And the Nets making a change here. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success. Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And Korkmaz, the Turkish guard, taken at the end of the first round in 2016. Spent a year overseas before joining the NBA and didn't play much early on. But last season he showed he's a starting caliber player. I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And that's just too easy. When Griffin gets to that area of the floor, expect him to finish.
Pass to Green. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Nets trail by 8. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Harden. He's a guy that can score, no doubt.
What a jam! Are you kidding me? And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown. One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Brooklyn with the ball. 6-point game. Picked his pocket. And he's got his first free throw of the game. The first free throw is good. And so he hits both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Harden. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And so it's the Philadelphia. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the 76ers?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
It's Harden with the drive. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Harden's got 10.
I don't know too many guys who have the skill and attacking mentality that Harden does. I mean, he's only got one thing on his mind, and that's scoring the basketball.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report.
You know, the threat of Irving's drive can open up looks for him from the perimeter, and he is a gifted scorer, folks.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. A nice shot by Simmons. Simmons got his second bucket of the game to go.
With Ben Simmons, his wheelhouse is in close. The closer he is, the more dangerous he is.
The 76ers leading by 5.
And what a factor Ben Simmons is on the floor. Does so much for this team in every facet of the game. He's a triple-double threat whenever he suits up.
Now here's Curry. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And Howard with the second chance points.
Hammering it home with authority. Howard taking pride in following up those missed shots and doing it with major force.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me.
Treated the rim like it stole something from it.
Curry with a wide open look. Misses the 3. And sometimes people forget just how young Ben Simmons is, Greg. This is just the beginning for him.
I mean, and that's what fans are missing about Simmons. His age. I mean, you can worry about his shot, but he has a long time to figure it out. He could end up having a Jason Kidd type of a career where he becomes a solid shooter later on.
Here's Simmons. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
And Simmons so deft with the floater, freezing the defense completely.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Hey, Clark, how about the 20th pick back in that 2019 draft? Matisse Thybulle, fantastic defensive specialist who has an evolving offensive presence as well.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. His defense is really outstanding and NBA ready from the day he got into the league. He'll improve on offense. You know that. He'll work at it, and he'll get better. I think he has tremendous instincts on and off the ball. Great length and speed and athleticism. He's a terror defensively.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's Curry outside. They get it back. And Howard with the second chance points. And the 76ers lead by 7.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Irving doing a nice job there being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
Outside for Curry. Over Harris. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
There's Green with the 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. Nets trail by 5. And then Durant with the jam.
You know, the defense just can't stop Durant's drive. I mean, he's got that alchemy of agility and power. He's hard to shut down.
Now here's Simmons. 6 points for him. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Here's Griffin. after Ben Simmons' bucket. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
Yeah, and I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
There's 45 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Yeah, you know, you're kidding yourself if you think Durant is going to back down from the opponent. Man, what a strong finish there.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Here's the three. And that one's good, Irving. Irving's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Nets.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Now here's Simmons. Here's Curry with the three. Trains the three-pointer. Curry's got the first basket of the second half here for the 76ers. Brooklyn trailing. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Here's Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Now, you can't sleep on this guy's finishing ability. He loves getting room to throw it down on you. And he'll put you in a poster if you let it.
Outside Curry. No good with the triple. Brooklyn with the ball. To the middle. A nice shot by KD. Durant's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nets. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult. Team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset. Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn.
And you rarely see the vision and playmaking of Ben Simmons in someone that's... that you can put him up there with Magic, LeBron, and Penny Hardaway in terms of those taller playmakers.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Greg. I mean, he's unique, really unique and gifted in that regard. And with all great passers, there are a couple of things they do well. One is they see a play or two ahead. They anticipate and throw the ball where it should be going, anticipating that. And the other thing is the timing with which they make their passes. It's usually right at the right time and the opportune time for a teammate to score on the catch.
Pass to Brown. Back to Green. Brown outside. Pocket 6. Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim.
Yeah, just couldn't contain himself. Couldn't control himself there.
Now here's Simmons. 12 points for him. No good from Howard. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Durant. And it's blocked by Simmons.
Yeah, with great recognition, awareness, and body control, Simmons can get up for blocks.
And Harden with the stuff.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Timeout called, the Nets. You know, Greg, we can all agree that Joel Embiid's a superstar in the league with his play, but you get the feeling he's the most criticized superstar in the league right now as well.
You know, pundits and fans have questioned his fitness, his fit, but at the end of the day, he does get it done, and the numbers speak for themselves. Embiid's an outspoken guy, which can invite a lot of criticism.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Griffin. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
Here's Milton. He's got 5. Left side Curry. 76ers moving the ball around. Trying his luck from deep. Thibault can't get it to go. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Pass to Curry. Buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, the staple of Seth Curry's game is shooting the ball off the catch.
And Green slams it in. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Embiid.
Boy, that long reach of Embiid's paying dividends there, guys. An absolute machine on the offensive glass.
It's Curry outside. Offensive rebound. Hangs. Embiid, no good.
Well, you know, stopping him. It's never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Oh, my word. I shouldn't be amazed anymore when Griffin pulls off a dunk like that, but I always seem to be. The man has some unreal moves above the rim.
Now, here's Thibault. No points in the game yet for him. That one is good from Joel Embiid. And the 76ers lead by 1. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Curry outside. Rebounded by the Nets. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. The trade. And it's Green with the jam.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for.
as far as power forwards go, he has terrific vision.
And as we finish the well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Nets leading by 3. Jordan trying to free himself up. And Philadelphia has possession. On its way from Curry for 2. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Irving from long range. Misses the target. That drops him to 40% now. 4 of 10.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be? But so far, that's not been the case.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
The 76ers trail by 3. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. The shot by Curry, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Irving attacking. Good on the shot. Irving's got the lead up to 5 now for Brooklyn.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Shooting for Philadelphia. Both teams deciding to change it up. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Nets leading by 3. Irving surveying the floor. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Irving's got 8 points in the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
And how about the defensive impact Embiid has on the floor? He's a great rim protector who can swipe an errant pass every so often.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's just so big. He's mammoth. I mean, he's not only tall and long, he's deep, too. He's a thick guy. So he's an excellent rim protector, discourages inside attempts at a high rate, clogs up the paint. That length is a huge asset. And then his foot movement, his agility for a guy of his size is pretty impressive, too.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Now Simmons. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys, if for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
The 76ers making a switch here. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
Here's Curry. Shot on the wing. Pass to Harden. To the paint. Jordan. At the elbow, it's Harris. Irving's shot is good.
Kyrie, not a bad answer. He'll give you the needed hoop when you need it most.
Harris outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kevin Durant.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling. And he doesn't let the pressure get to him. Cool and confident from the line.
Harden can't hit. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Cool as they come, Ben Simmons loves taking these big shots.
And it's blocked by Simmons. And now Philadelphia on the break. Howard can't hit. Brooklyn trailing. It's Harden with the drive. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Now here's Simmons. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Curry. Goes up to the stripe. Hits the front of the rim and out. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Here's Curry. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And Howard with the second chance points.
And, you know, he's been in these tight spots before. Howard loves being the one to make the right decision in the clutch.
Back to Harris. And there's the call on Curry. That's his first foul. On defense, the 76ers. They trail by 1. Here's Harden. Good D by Embiid.
Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last.
And what a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Harris's shot is off. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was want to. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Timeout called the Nets. They trailed by 1. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Is what your take?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
It's always awesome to watch Harden do his thing. I mean, he's so good with the ball. Fantastic at going straight into the contact on his drive. Excellent.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're trailing by 1. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Simmons. Yes!
Hey, when the game is tight and snug, Simmons rises to the occasion, effortlessly capitalizing when his team desperately needs him to do so. Well, in my mind, KD is one of the top 10 all-time guys that you want taking that shot. His length, his ball handling, his shooting, and his confidence makes him huge in late-game situations.
And the 76ers call time here. Guys, your thoughts?
Not sure they have enough time for the catch and shoot here. Only hope is to try for a tip in off the inbound. They've got their work cut out for them on this possession.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. That was a fun night.